Hello, my name is Carla Roth. I'm a historian and archivist based in Switzerland, and I'm delighted that my book, The Talk of the Town, Information and Community in 16th Century Switzerland, has been shortlisted for the SRS Book Prize. The Talk of the Town explores everyday communication in St Gall, a small town located on the edge of the Swiss Confederacy. It does so through the lens of the linen trader Johannes Rütiner and his notebooks, a source which offers unusual insights into an oral world normally hidden from view. In 1529, not long after Reformation had been formally introduced in St Gall, Rütiner started recording the talk of his hometown. Over a period of 10 years, he filled 2 volumes with a mix of anecdotes, gossip, rumours, jokes, and news from all over Europe, meticulously recording his informants, their sources, and the context in which information was exchanged. A close reading of Rütiner's notes on hundreds of conversations thus reveals what the inhabitants of a 16th century town talked about, through which channels such information reached them, and how it was then processed, shared, criticized, contradicted, and employed as a means to forge and strengthen social bonds. I found that even educated St Gallers like Rütiner heavily relied on oral networks to provide them with information. As St Gallers sought to secure a place for themselves in such circles, they in turn used jokes, gossip, and information of all kind as a sort of communicative capital, allowing them to present themselves as witty, well-connected, knowledgeable, and trustworthy. By zooming in on the microcosm of communication in a 16th century small town, the book also brings to light a diverse set of speakers, including former Anabaptists recounting the martyrdom of their families, soldiers describing the horrors of the Italian wars, long-distance traders returning with troubling news, and local humanists and ministers cracking rude jokes. We also encounter the voices of many women, such as the elderly midwife Anna Bösch, who supplied Rütiner with gossip about her former employers as she took care of his wife in childbed. I argue that Rütiner and his contemporaries valued a broad variety of information and a broad variety of informants, including gossips, as they helped them navigate their social world and provided them with material for further conversations. Most importantly, however, the book shows how Rütiner and his fellow St Gallers dealt with the flood of rumours and uncertain foreign news that washed over the city as it faced the political crises of the 1530s. Since it was usually impossible to verify information independently, Rütiner and his contemporaries relied on an elaborate system of source criticism instead, a system which often worked in favour of all informants because it linked people's trust in a piece of news to their trust in the messenger. Ironically, however, the intense scrutiny information faced upon its arrival in St Gall also prompted Rütiner's informants to hide their reliance on sources of dubious origin, and anonymous prints in particular, thus adding to the flood of misinformation going around. By bringing together the histories of sociability and information, reconstructing Rütiner's network, and probing a broad variety of exchanges, the Talk of the Town explores what constituted valuable information in the 16th century and who was able to provide it. It argues that despite the arrival of new media, oral exchanges remain central to the circulation of information and inseparably linked to the social dynamics of face-to-face exchanges long into the age of print. I would like to thank the SRS Prize Committee for shortlisting my book and to congratulate all shortlisted authors. Thank you.